What's going on, guys? Thanks for stopping back by again. So if you've been keeping up and watching any of my other videos, we've been working on getting the felt faker frame ready for building up the new two-stroke bike. Today, what we're going to do is we're going to clean that frame up, prep it for paint, and then we'll start spraying our primer coat. Then we'll move on to our color and clear coat it. I got a nice set of paints that we're going to use here. It should work out very nicely. So stick around and we'll get started on that. Woo! Alright, so here's what we're going to be working with, guys. We are going to start off with a quick sand job. And for once in my life, I decided not to do things the difficult way by hand. So I went and bought this cheap little Warrior brand detail sander from Harbor Freight for $17, I think. It's got a crappy little dust collector bag on it. You could hook a vacuum to it too. We got ourselves some of the hook and loop style sand pads here. It goes 80, 100, and 120. And then since they didn't have them in the detail sander pads, I picked up some hook and loop 220 grit, and we'll just cut that to size. And that's what we use for the final pass, just to get it really nice and ready for the cleaning and paint. So then we'll go from there. We'll do our cleaning and degreasing with the Pour 15 system here. Then we'll use their acid metal prep. And I'm not sure if I'm going to use the spray bottle yet, because you have to keep it wet for like 20 minutes, I think, with the stuff for it to do its job. Maybe I'll just slather it on with this paintbrush here. And of course, we have the ever deadly Dihydrogen Monoxide for cleaning up in between. And just to be extra sure that this is going to stick and we don't have to do it again, we're going to use a self-etching primer on top of the acid prep. And then our color coat is going to be the Duplicolor graphite wheel paint. And then, this is the really special part. This is 2K Spraymax. It's their high gloss clear coat. But check this out. You see this little plunger up top here? That pops out, and you press this bit in the bottom, and it mixes it, because this is a proper two-part paint. This is like a professional paint booth quality clear coat here. I'm not saying I'm going to be able to make this turn out professional looking, but it's capable of it. And then, just because I don't feel like cleaning all of this crap off the shelves and all that good stuff, what we're going to do is we're just going to throw a drop cloth over this to catch all the dust from sanding. We have a tack cloth here from Harbor Freight, again, just for getting any dust that might fall on it between coats. And a pack of microfiber cloths, just because I needed them, and it's always good to have them. You can't beat Harbor Freight. I got all of this crap, the sander, the sanding paper, drop sheets, fiber cloths, tack cloth. I think I got all of that for like 25 bucks or something, so that's pretty hard to beat. Got the stator popped out on the old e-bike hub motor there. Turns out we got some bad hall sensors. Alright, so that's enough of me rambling on. Let's get this drop cloth thrown down here so that I don't have to worry about cleaning any of this crap up afterwards when we're done sanding, and that way I could just spray, not have anything to worry about. So yeah, let's do it. Hells yeah, brother. Now, all we need to do is work some Houdini magic and bring that frame into the picture, eh? Woo! And there she is. Alrighty. Just to give you guys a quick once-over of what we have to take care of on the frame here, we've got some pretty nice scratches in there. For the most part, it's not terrible, but it needs some work for sure, especially down here. This is where the motor and the radiator mounts sat, so this is kind of chewed up pretty good. But nothing quick once-over with the sander won't fix. Alright guys, so that's it. Frame's in, she's ready to go. Now we'll break out our little sander here and yeah, get down to business. I'm just gonna rip into this. I'll give you guys a little time-lapse speed up action there so you can see what I'm doing, but I'm not gonna show you every single second of that. We're gonna start with the 120 grit here. Focus. Yeah, we'll start with the 120 and then we'll move on up and cut those 220s to fit on here. Cool, cool. The holes don't really even line up with the tool. Nice. Hey, $17 tool. What do you expect, right? All right, let's get to it. Oh, wait. Yep. Make sure we're following all our safety rules. Yep. Safety squints engaged. Let's rock and roll. Alright guys, just a quick little glimpse here. We're working through things. This stuff here is far too deep for me to try and blend that in, so that unfortunately is going to have to stay. We've got most of our major scratches blended in now. Everything is nice and smooth. Now it doesn't look great, of course, because we just went over it with 120 grit sandpaper, but I believe we've got just about everything that we're going to be able to fill, or blend in, I should say. And we're not going to be, I'm not going to bother doing filler, primer, and everything. And now we'll flip this frame on around, and we'll start on the other side. And that's how you do that. Alright, so for our next trick, we need to make this look like this in order to fit this. Well, she ain't perfect, but she'll do the job. Get this one single sorry piece of 120 grit that came in that assorted pack. Thanks for that, Harbor Freight. Douchebags. Look at that. She'll be doing no detailing, but even the holes line up. Booyah. Alright, let's get back to it. Alright guys, there she is, all sanded up, good to go. Now I'm just gonna go wash this down and then we'll start going over everything with the degreaser. And yeah, we'll just keep on rolling from there. Got some of our degreaser and cleaner here. Mixed it up in a 4-to-1 solution as recommended. Right there, bada bing, bada boom. And then we'll just take that and we're just gonna spray it down on the frame, wipe it down with the microfiber. I've got the frame hung up here, just suspended by a brake cable through one of the mounting holes on the rear there, run with the head from the inside. That way it's hanging on a good sturdy point. Yeah, we're gonna start wiping that down and then we'll move on to the acid prep. Hopefully these dollar store bottles even work. Oh, come on. There we go. Now we're gonna spray this all over the frame. We'll let it sit for a little bit. Alright, we'll just let that sit there for a little bit, work in, do its thing, and then we'll come back and give her a good wipe down. We got everything off there. I don't see anything left. We're gonna hit it with some good old dihydrogen monoxide and preferably a white rag, like some terry cloths if you have them. But any light colored rag is good too, and we're just gonna give it a quick spritz with water, and then we'll check the rag, make sure there's no grease stains or anything popping up. Did I say water? I meant dihydrogen monoxide. Sounds a lot cooler. Sorry if that plastic flapping was picking up on the audio there. And we'll just give it a quick little rub down. Oh, one thing worth noting, when you're doing this and you're degreasing these frames, focus on your weld spots a lot, right? Because that's the only places where there's a bunch of little hills and valleys for shit to gather up in. Is that a murder hornet? I can't zoom in close enough. I got a bloody murder hornet in the garage. Look at that frickin' head on that thing. Also, it doesn't seem to like the camera lens. It comes right at it. Come on, big boy, there's the door. Get going. Go on now. Go on now, get. I don't want to get too close to it. That thing is big. That's a big old bolt he's walking by. Yeah, I see you too, bub. I see you. Alright. See ya. Whew! Alright. That was an adventure. I'm in here wiping it off. Next thing I know, it sounds like there's a little fucking drone flying around in here. Honest to God, it was about that long. Big, freaking vicious yellow head on it. Anyway, couple shots with the old dihydrogen monoxide and a good smack with the rake, and it took off flying out the door. I smacked it with a metal rake and bounced it off the freaking cinder block wall, and it just shrugged it off and took off like nothing ever happened. Alright, so now then, degreasing is done. Booyah. Now we move on to the acid metal prep. And according to the instructions, you should do this around 70 Fahrenheit, and it has to be on the surface wet for 20 minutes to do its thing. Alright, we're going to open up the Pour 15 metal prep here. And, yeah, we'll dump a couple ounces in. I doubt we're gonna need all that much of this. Oh, also, you should probably wear gloves when you use it. Don't worry, I'm a professional. Ish. Alright, that ought to be plenty to do this job. Getting it all over my fingers. Cool, cool, cool. Alright, properly color-coded with the pink lid for acid. I actually didn't know it was gonna be purple at the time, so that's kind of cool. So now we're just going to spray the frame down with this. Make sure we get all our little crevices here. And this surface has to remain wet with the acid for 20 minutes. Just in case you didn't catch that the other 17 times I said it. Alright, that's a pretty generous helping there. Alright guys, so what we'll do now is we'll just let that hang out there for about, I'll say we'll let it sit for 5 minutes, then I'll hit it with another coating of it, let that sit for another 10 minutes. Then we will hit it with some more dihydrogen monoxide, clean it up, and we'll start laying down the self-etching primer coat. Moving along good, even with a murder hornet attack. Alright guys, so that's been our 20 minutes. Now we'll give it a quick spray down with some clean water here, just to get any remaining acid off there. Just a quick once over. I'm going to hold it by the seat post here, by the seat tube I should say, at the top, as one of my favorite YouTubers, AVE, would say, so I'm not getting my dirty dick beaters all over it. I recommend using a light colored rag, if not white, so that you could see if there is anything left over. Again though, after the degreasing, the sanding, the initial cleaning, now the acid wash, and this is the third time it's being wiped down with dihydrogen monoxide, there better not be anything remaining on here. If there is, you are very, very bad at cleaning things. Alright, so Now that we've got this all taken care of, what we're going to do, where's our painter's tape at here? We're going to take some good old frog tape here, and I am going to very haphazardly tape around the bottom bracket here. Literally not even trying to stick. You want to play it like that? We'll use fucking Gorilla Tape. Let's see if Gorilla Tape will stick. Stop moving. There we go. Voila. Beautiful. One side done. Next. Yes, yes, yes. Go like so. And like so. Wrap you like so. Like this and like that. And then we pinch that like this. And look at that. It's almost like I know what I'm doing or something. Probably the or something, but hey. We're just gonna very roughly tape off the seat post here. I'm probably just gonna end up cutting the seat tube down as low as possible anyway, but I'll still tape it off regardless. Oh, and if you're still using the blue painter's tape, you suck. Just like it does. Do not want to paint the gas cap. I want to keep that raw. Doesn't have to be pretty. Just has to cover it. Right? I meant to do that. Beautiful. There we go. Gas cap. Sorted. Fuel bung. Alright. There's that. We'll work around the edge of that. This is one thing that's really nice. Anything that has a nice hard edge to it, you could just work your way around the edge of that and it'll wear right through the tape for the most part. Probably can't see that at all. There we go. That right, yeah. Okay, now we'll tape up our headset. We need to find something good and flat. That was about a level. Work it around your edge. Okay. And you just take your tape. And there we have it. Bob's your uncle. Rinse and repeat on the other one. Alright, gents. Now it's time to lay down our self-etching primer here. As always, follow the directions. And as you've seen me so far today, it's all about the prep work. You could buy the absolute best spray paint you could find, but if you didn't prep your surface well enough, it doesn't matter. You might as well have used Harbor Freight paint. So, we've shook this for 1:10. It says to apply light coats, wait 10 minutes between each coat, and then a half hour before applying your color coat, base coat. So, let's get started. Remember, hold your can, a hand's length away at all times. At least that far, right? At least that far. Alright, there's our first primer coat on there, looking good. We'll do one more pretty heavy coat, give it a half hour and let that cure up a little bit, and then we'll start doing the graphite wheel color. Now we'll throw on our second coat here real quick. Alright guys, that does it. We set down our second nice heavy primer coat here. We got good solid coverage everywhere. Everything is looking good. We got a couple thin spots right there. Maybe I'll tap it one more time real quick. Ah. Well, we're gonna have a little bit of run action there. That sucks. Oh well. Shite happens, right? Bring you guys on in here. Let you get a little bit better look at things here. So you can get an idea what we're looking at. Fingers crossed that all our prep work has paid off and the paint is gonna stick, not flake off ever. It better not. We've gone above and beyond on this. So, you know, I gotta admit, I kind of like that color. That kind of drab matte green looks kind of cool, actually. But we're doing graphite. We gotta wait 30 minutos, and then we can start laying down our color coat. Before you guys know it, well, you'll blink and it'll be 30 minutes, just like that. Alright, ladies and germs, primer coat is done, cured up. It's been a half hour now. Now we're going to start laying down our Duplicolor graphite wheel paint. First, we'll run over this with our tack cloth quick, just to make sure there's no dust or anything on the surface. Just give it a quick little once over with your tack cloth. If you're doing this in a proper space, you probably won't have to worry about this, but me being in a dusty garage, I definitely do. Alright. Let's get our mask on. I like catching a buzz as much as the next guy does, but not from paint. Alright. Now again, always follow the directions, right? This must be a pretty thin paint because it says to apply 3 light coats followed by 1 medium wet coat. All coats with 1 hour. 10 minutes between each coat. Pretty standard stuff. I've been shaking this more than long enough. Definitely don't need to keep doing that. Oh yeah, that's real thin. Okay. This is pretty neat looking paint. Very heavy on the metal fleck, or the metallic, I should say. This is gonna look very cool. If you've ever used Duplicolor or VHT's anodized paints, it lays very similar to that. Very thin. Definitely very easy to get runs with. This is gonna look good. Woo-wee. Oh, that looks good. Boy, I tell you what. I take back what I said. This definitely is not as thin of a paint as like the faux anodized paints are. Those things are watery. Alright, there's coat number 1. Again. Not that it really matters. That's where the engine mounts will be sitting anyway. But yeah, come on in here. Check this out. Is that not a beautiful colorway? Look at that. Look at that sweet, sweet graphite metallic goodness. Same as before, 10 minutes between coats. Maybe we'll do two coats like this and 1 real heavy coat afterwards. So yeah, be back in a few. Well, Well, like an idiot, I came back out here, set everything back up to do the second coat of the color, and I forgot to press record. So, yeah, the second coat is on there. We'll come back in 10 minutes, and yeah, we'll lay down one more coat in 10 minutes, and then last we'll put down one more nice heavy wet coat, and then we are on to the beautiful 2K Spraymax. Yes, they're high gloss. Yes, beautiful. Yes. Alright, let's lay our third coat down, shall we? Yeah, breathe. Last coat. Let's rock. Get this skanky, nasty ass old mask on. This thing's probably been in the garage for, the better part of a decade. Yeah, safety first. We're gonna stop while we're ahead. We have no runs whatsoever. Thank you, Lord. Because that is certainly not because of my painting abilities. So, thank you, Lord. That's it. The color coat is done. Now we come back out in a half hour and we start putting on that beautiful Spraymax Glamour coat. Yes. Very nice. Very classy. Alright, ladies and germs, it is time for step number 3. Now we step on to the Spraymax, the high gloss clear coat. So, simple directions, shake it for 2 minutes, flip it over, take that plunger out, pop it in there, shake it for another 2 minutes, and then start spraying. So we just take our little red plunger here. As you can see, there's a solid metal plunger on the back of the, or bottom of the can. Take that, put our little plunger over that, and then you just go like this. Alright, and you can feel it release. Alright, let's pop our mask on. As always, don't forget, hit that baby with the tack cloth. Last thing you want to be doing is laying your beautiful clear coat over a bunch of dust. Alright, boys, here we go. Using the fancy stuff. Ooh, that's nice. Alright, coat number 1 done. Call it 10 minutes. Ten minutos. Peace. Alright guys, third and final of the clear coat that we're gonna do. Maybe we'll do 4 coats just because once you mix this stuff, it's only good for 48 hours. So yeah, let's keep on going. We'll do another pretty hefty coat, and then the last one we'll lay it on real heavy. Alright, here we go. That's coat number 3, done and done. Let me bring you guys in here. Get you a closer look at this. Trying to catch you in the light somewhere good there, yeah. Look at that beautiful finish. Beauteous, 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 beauteous. Fourth and final coat, baby. Let's do it. Alright guys, that's going to be a wrap on this one. Paint job is done. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Hopefully this will help you out if you're painting an aluminum frame yourself. But yeah, maybe you guys, you got yourself a faker frame, you want to paint it up because you got the raw one, or maybe you got one of the painted ones, and you know, CDH's paint jobs are pretty hit or miss. I had two of their black frames. One was covered in gasoline all the time. The paint never changed at all. The other one scuffed just from my jeans touching it, so, you know, you kind of get what you get in that sense. Yeah, I mean, this information is universal, too. I mean, it's not just good for painting a faker frame. This is good for any aluminum parts. This stuff right here, either or, preferably both. You know, you have your metal acid prep, and you have the self-etching primers too. That is crucial to painting really any bare metal, but bare aluminum specifically. Aluminum is just, it's a tricky metal altogether. So yeah guys, I hope you enjoyed it. Long story short, right? And yeah, thanks for stopping by. As always, I appreciate you guys coming by, giving me a little bit of your time. And yeah, stay safe out there, stay healthy, ride safe, keep a helmet on. And yeah, I'll catch you guys next time. Peace.